I'm going to share my screen and we will get started. So thank you again for joining us. Can everyone see my screen? Thumbs up. Okay, thanks, Natalie. We are going to be talking today mostly about fall. Oh, and it's automated. Okay, let's see. We are mostly today going to be talking about fall 2024 program admissions. However, we do accept spring 2024. Bear with me for 1 second. We don't want this to be moving forward. Okay. We do accept a spring 2024 admissions on a case-by-case basis. So if you are interested in joining the PSM program, please reach out to us as soon as possible. You'll see that at the bottom of each slide, we have our email, which is psmdegree@illinois.edu. We check that regularly. We are happy to meet again with you virtually or answer your questions via email or phone. We have 4 concentration programs in the PSM: bioprocessing and bioenergy, engineering technology and management for agricultural systems, food science and human nutrition, and geographic information science, or GIS. Some of the highlights of our program are that our students graduate in 18 months. They are well prepared for an excellent transition into industry. We are an industry-focused program. There is no thesis requirement. Our students gain hands-on, experiential, real-world experience, and we'll talk about opportunities on campus during studies and also during the summer internship experience. We are a very flexible program. The great thing about our graduate coursework is that students have the ability to take courses that really interest them and to be able to pursue your passion in one of the 4 concentration areas. In addition, one thing that sets us apart from other programs is that we are interdisciplinary. We are science and business. So we are actively preparing our students for future positions in management and in leadership roles within their STEM concentration. If you are thinking about fall 2024, applications are now open, and we are now accepting and reviewing applications for fall 2024. So you met Natalie and myself. We are the fearless duo behind the PSM program. And if you have not visited our campus here at the University of Illinois, we are located in Urbana-Champaign. It's a large campus. It's a very vibrant campus. It's beautiful during the fall this time of year. And once in a while, we get a little bit of snow on the ground. We have over 20,000 graduate students on campus and over 300, I think, student organizations. So you will find that there is a very active and engaged graduate population here on campus. The picture on the right is the ACES library. That's where a lot of our students study, and it's a beautiful space with a lot of windows, and it's very close to our office at the Taft House. Like I mentioned, we are an interdisciplinary program. We combine science plus business. So you see at the graduate level, we have 75% of your courses, your STEM courses. That translates to 32 credit hours in science. So our students, over the course of 3 semesters, take 32 credit hours in science and 10 credit hours in business. Courses such as business fundamentals, project management, and law and regulation. And then you'll see that we mentioned business and professional skills. One more thing that differentiates our program from other STEM programs is that our students take 4 PSM industry seminars. These courses are taught by myself and Natalie. We will help you develop a professional portfolio, a resume, a cover letter, your LinkedIn profile, your elevator pitch, and create situations where you can meet and network with industry professionals. We do a lot of practice so that it feels easy and it doesn't feel as potentially nerve-wracking as it might otherwise feel. Also, with our summer internship experience, that is a core component of this program. Many of our students translate the internship experience into full-time offers after graduation. We've seen an uptick in offers post-COVID. Our students have really strong 2 to 3 month internship experiences, and then that oftentimes translates into a full-time offer after graduation. I'm going to pause. Natalie, do you want to add anything or any questions?
I think you're doing a great job. Just wanted to also talk a little bit about the flexibility of the program that also translates into fitting the coursework into something that fits with your personal interests. So as long as it fits within the framework of the major and it's related to the major in some way, we do have a great deal of flexibility with the curriculum. So that's the only thing I wanted to add at this point.
Thank you. And I would like to add, with regards to the internship experience, if you are an international student, I want to give you a few points of information that are really helpful for future career planning. When our students are on the summer internship, they complete the summer internship on CPT, curricular practical training. They do not need company sponsorship. And we are a STEM designated program. Let me say that one more time. We are a STEM designated program. So after graduation, international students are authorized to work in the US for up to 3 years in a related field, a field related to their degree, without company sponsorship. So our students are authorized to work for 3 years post-graduation in a field related to their degree without company sponsorship. And our students graduate with a Master of Science in their field. Some students will say, what does the PSM mean? That's the professional umbrella, the comprehensive professional training that our students receive. However, our students graduate with a Master of Science in bioprocessing and bioenergy, for example. So many of you are maybe near the end of your undergraduate degree. Just kind of want to map out the different options as you're planning what your future might look like. There is the traditional Master of Science research-based trajectory that includes a thesis and is research focused. Many students will end up in academia or in research-based careers. There is a PhD track, so that's research-based plus a dissertation. Similar to the MS research-based degree, many students will pursue careers in higher education, in academia, or in research. There is the MBA. That is the Master's in Business Administration. That is business, advanced courses in business, but there is little to no link to science. What the PSM degree does is it brings together the best of both worlds, advanced courses in STEM and advanced graduate training in business. And so our goal is to prepare you for non-research-based careers where you have the advanced training in business fundamentals, project management, product management, and how to effectively lead a team. Like I mentioned, our students are able to stand at the intersection of science and business very effectively, and we'll share some student spotlights and some industry professional spotlights that will attest to their ability to be able to speak to be able to speak up other projects to non-technical audiences, which is very important. You'll have the knowledge, the strong technical knowledge, but when you have to present a project to a non-technical audience, it's important to be able to speak to both audiences. Like I already mentioned, we have 4 concentration areas. We will talk about the very strong overlap between bioprocessing and bioenergy and food science and human nutrition. And in probably about 4:30 p.m., a student in food science and human nutrition will join us. She's graduating this December, and she'll be able to talk about how she has been successful in both areas. So if you are thinking about joining us fall 2024, you will begin the first semester with us, and you'll take 12 to 18 credit hours. Spring 2025, 12 to 18 credit hours. You'll complete a summer internship. Normally, students do not take any coursework during the summer internship as they are working full-time at their place of employment. And then fall 2025, you will take 12 to 18 credit hours with the goal of graduating in December of 2025. During that trajectory, you will also be taking one PSM seminar per semester. And we will focus on your professional portfolio, resume, cover letter. In the more advanced seminars, we will also talk about different forms of communication, presenting to non-technical audiences, how to be actively engaged and promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace, as well as meeting industry professionals, attending networking events, and connecting with PSM alumni and learning about their experiences. Natalie, want to add something?
I just wanted to say, yes, you covered all of those really well. The second semester, the spring semester, we also focus on teamwork project and communication skills. And then the last semester, additional topics include things that will make sure that you are valuable and comfortable in the workforce. So we shift focus just a little bit that last semester so that you know that you'll be ready to tackle some of the areas that you might encounter in the workplace.
Natalie does a great job of preparing students for negotiating their contract. And we actually just received an email from a student who just received a full-time offer today. And he said, thank you so much. I was able to successfully negotiate his preferred salary. So we support you through the nitty-gritty, difficult conversations that you might have to have with an employer, negotiating your contract. We're really there every step of the way and guide you so that you feel supported and successful. We place a very strong emphasis on being social, on building a strong, supportive community. Of course, you're encouraged to interact with your peers, but we also have structured events that we sponsor. You'll see at the top left was a fall 2023 networking event that we held. Three of our students, as a result of that networking event, have already been offered and accepted summer internship positions for summer 2024. You'll see in the bottom left is the fall 2023 PSM challenge at Allerton Park. We take the students out into the woods and they do team building activities and really form strong bonds and learn how to communicate with one another when they're doing challenging tasks. Spring 2023, we had a game night. So we brought food and coffee and tea, and students were able to play games and just have fun with each other. We've noticed, especially for students that might have been in the workforce and are coming back to school, that this can be a very stressful time. So these social events are a great way to decompress and just step away from your studies for a couple hours. On the top left, you'll see the fall 2023 poster showcase. All of our students' hard work from the summer internship culminates in an amazing event in mid-September called the Poster Showcase. We invite faculty, students, industry professionals, and each in a large room, students showcase their work and talk about, with a large poster behind them, talk about the highlights and the success stories specific to each of their internship experiences. Our students also participated in an escape room, had to go through elaborate challenges to get out to solve puzzles and to get out of their rooms. And then Curtis Orchards, we enjoyed the beautiful fall weather together and had some donuts and apple cider. I want to turn to some strong Illinois PSM testimonials and student success stories. We are always happy and willing to connect you with current PSM students and alumni so that you can gain their authentic perspective and experiences about their time as students. So the first one I'll speak about is Nick Fazio. He will be graduating in December of 2023. He is a bioprocessing and bioenergy student. Here's a quote that he shared with us. The PSM program is a great opportunity to connect with professionals in your field of interest and gain a competitive edge in your career. I'm a returning graduate after 5 years in the industry, and I value learning the fundamentals of business, economics, and regulations to understand and navigate the professional world more competently and wisely. I believe the internship in the network of colleagues, peers, and friends from your time in the program is a chance to learn more, prove yourself, and gather support in future career endeavors. You'll see that picture there. He was a summer intern at Boston Bioprocess, and today he accepted accepted a full-time offer as a bioprocessing engineer at Boston Bioprocess, and he will start in January of 2024. Ju is a GIS student. He will be graduating in spring of 2024, and he's going to pursue a PhD. His goal is to pursue a PhD in GIS starting in fall of 2024. So you can see that sometimes we will have, even though we are industry focused, we definitely are well positioned to prepare students for careers in PhD programs. So Ju shared with us, the PSM program provides me with various options in both science and business courses. I can equip myself with professional geomatic skills and business logic. Program advisors also offer me helpful suggestions on how to navigate, add a word there, or how to be competitive in the labor market. And Wayne is a GIS student. He completed his summer internship with Illinois State Water Survey this past summer. He is set to graduate December of 2023. And he writes, I appreciate the GIS program for not only providing me with a wide range of science and business courses, but also helping me build up my GIS professional profile. The highlight of the PSM program is an internship. This internship experience equipped me with the ability to adapt to the working environment in the United States. And Ju and Wayne are both international students, and I've spoken with both of them, and they really appreciated, the business courses and the PSM courses that gave them knowledge about the U.S. workplace and working norms and practices that are specific to the United States. So they feel much more confident as a result of the courses in business and the PSM seminars. We have a very strong relationship thanks to Natalie's long-standing presence at the University of Illinois. We have a very strong relationship with industry partners, both locally in the state of Illinois and nationally. And one of those individuals is Dustin Starkey. He is the Director of Research and Development at Abbott. And he has hired and worked with PSM students and alumni in the past and was kind enough to share this quote with us. PSM students have a unique perspective because of their coursework in science and business. This interdisciplinary training gives them the skills to analyze a situation or challenge from multiple lenses. I've worked with PSM students and alumni whose project management coursework prepared them to effectively manage projects and deliver meaningful outcomes. He is a leader in his field, and during a recent conversation that I had with him, he shared that he would sometimes be working on projects, and because he's coming from a very specific scientific background, that he was amazed by the interdisciplinary focus that the PSM students were able to share, and said that they were a real and tangible asset to the teamwork that he's done with them. Just a few more stories that I would like to share with you. Shri completed his summer internship at the Every Company and is currently an associate director of internal manufacturing at Codex, a company that produces biocatalysts for sustainable pharmaceutical manufacturing, disease treatments, and diagnostics. The picture of him is during a time when he was working in the IBRL, and we'll talk about what that is. And if you are in bioprocessing or fission, food science and human nutrition, how you can take advantage of these on-campus opportunities. A few more success stories. Jonathan Manzo is a graduate of the PSM program, which is now called ETNIS, and he completed his summer 2022 internship with Novak Construction. During his internship, he assisted the project manager and superintendent on commercial construction projects, learned about the general project life cycles and phases, and practiced communicating and networking with people from different trades and work divisions. After graduation, he accepted a full-time position as a project engineer at Novak Construction. A PSM success story from our food science and human nutrition concentration is Audrey. She was an intern in research and development at General Mills during the summer of 2022. And she discovered that business needs drive technical work, and that it's important to understand the connection between the business and technical teams. So like I mentioned, she was able to sit at the intersection of these two different teams. She's currently an R&D scientist at General Mills. And I love those pictures at the top of her assembling cookies. She said she ate a lot of cookies that summer. I think like a lot. She did test close to 1,000 cookies. Another success story is from our GIS concentration. Aditya is an international student, and she had a very lofty goal of becoming part of Esri, and she succeeded in reaching that goal. During the summer of 2022, she was a geospatial analyst intern at Centera, and she was able to translate that experience into a full-time offer as a product engineer 2 at Esri after graduation. So she lives in Northern California right now and is loving her job and is having a phenomenal experience. Previously, I mentioned the Integrated Bioprocessing Research Laboratory, or the IBRL. Our students in bioprocessing and bioenergy, and our students in food science and human nutrition, have the opportunity to work in this pilot scale research facility. We call it the IBRL, that supports national and international companies interested in conducting projects and tests at the pilot scale. Our students gain hands-on experience in beverage and fuel ethanol fermentation, downstreaming, protein polymers for sustainable plastics, and agricultural inputs such as pesticides and herbicides. Our students really love working there. And a lot of them will continue after their summer internship, before and after, working part-time at the IBRL. Our students in food science and human nutrition, or FISION, also have the opportunity to work at the food science and human nutrition pilot processing plant. You can see the great pictures of students working with food. It's a pilot scale facility, and students learn about pilot scale food production, large equipment operation, and product development. Does anyone have any questions? Here is a colorful list of PSM employers and internships. We track our students' work history after graduation. It's voluntary, that if they're willing to share it. And so we have a very comprehensive list of where our students have interned and where they are employed. This is really important to us because we want to have a database so that when you come to us and you say, I'm really interested in working at General Mills or Nestle or Eli Lilly, what do I do? Natalie or I can look up that information, and we can put you in touch with PSM alumni or industry contacts and help create that connection much more easily than just reaching out via email or on LinkedIn. So we have a very strong network and we keep this information current so that you feel more supported when you're looking for an internship and post-graduation when you're looking for full-time employment. In addition to having support from Natalie and myself, we have 4 faculty advisors, so a faculty advisor for each respective concentration. The faculty advisor for bioprocessing and bioenergy is Dr. Beth Connerty. She also oversees the IBRL and the Fission Pilot Processing Plant. Food Science and Human Nutrition is Dr. Nikki Engeseth. Dr. Michael Min is the faculty advisor for GIS, and Dr. Paul Davidson is the faculty advisor for Engineering Technology and Management for Agricultural Systems, or ETMIS. If you have any questions after this presentation, you of course are more than welcome to reach out to us at psmdegree@illinois.edu and to reach out to the faculty advisors. They'll be able to give you more technical insight into the process. You can apply now. Of course, if you are thinking about spring 2024, please reach out to us as soon as possible. If you have a phone in front of you, you can scan the QR code and that will take you to this page on our website. A few requirements for fall 2024, an unofficial transcript, 3 letters of recommendation, and a personal statement. The GRE for spring 2024 and fall 2024 is optional, but it is not a requirement of the program. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that we have small cohorts, which allows for very targeted, intentional, individualized support. Our cohorts range from 20 to 25 students. And so you will be able to get to know your peers really, really well and to get individualized one-on-one support from Natalie and myself and your faculty advisor. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to stop sharing and would be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Oh, Anushka's here. Hi, Anushka.
Hi.
Hi. If it's okay, before we answer questions, Anushka, would you be willing to talk a little bit about your experience, your time as a summer intern, and then if you're willing to share your great news, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Uh, I am currently in the PSM program, pursuing the Masters in Food Science and Human Nutrition. I did my undergrad from VIT University in India, and I pursued biotechnology as my major. And through my 4 years of undergrad, I had an interest towards food science, and that's how I came across the U of I. And I really wanted to have an internship also as part of the program, and that's when I came across the PSM track at the U of I, and I decided to apply here. So my experience has been great so far. I've learned a lot as part of my food science degree. And at the same time, through the summer internship, I also gained a lot of business as well as professional skills, how to conduct yourself in a work environment. And I interned at Boston Bioprocess, which is a startup company. So it was also really important for me to learn how to work in a fast-paced environment. And this has helped me a lot in navigating my career as well as applying for jobs post-graduation. So while I was a student, I mean, I'm still a student, but while I was a student last year, I got an opportunity to work under Dr. Banerjee as a research assistant. So I also gained a lot of hands-on experience in a microbiology lab, and that helped me in my internship. At the same time, it helped me get some part-time work alongside my course curriculum. Um, and the PSM seminars especially have helped me a lot. The class which talks about informational interviews was really useful to me, and I think to this day I utilize information taught in that class a lot, and I also consult with Natalie and Stara, and they've helped me a lot in navigating internships as well as applying for jobs, and just in general anything to do with LinkedIn networking or um, providing industry contacts. Um, since at that time, that's what I was looking for. So that's why I would highly recommend the program. And apart from that, I believe we also have a lot of social events. Like we're gonna have a social event this Sunday, where we're exploring a corn maze. But we also have a lot of events in the fall, like pumpkin carving events or just team building activities. And that helps me get to know my cohort a little better. And it's made me develop really good, um, like a really good relationship with my other peers in the PSM program. And uh, yeah, it's been great so far. And yeah, since this is my final semester, I am looking for a job. And recently I got an offer from ADM, which is a company based here in Decatur, Illinois. And I am probably going to join them soon in February, as a scientist. So yeah, that's just about it. Kind of summarized my experience and what I've done here as part of the PSM program. I really can't believe that time is flying so fast. I feel like I was also a very new student when I joined last year, and it's already been over a year and it's coming towards an end. Uh, but I feel like I packed a lot of things in just a year, and I'm really grateful for all the experiences I've had and all the learnings I've learned. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thanks, Anushka. Anushka, would you be willing to talk about, as an international student, what it was like to come to the US and to be part of a different or new educational system?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I come from India, and I was in an education system which was pretty strict. And there wasn't a lot of focus in my area, especially because the degree that I was pursuing, biotechnology, wasn't very like the future prospects after graduation weren't as developed as they are here. And also, I believe, like, I feel the education system here is very relaxed. I am able to ask questions openly in the class, as well as talk to peers. And at the same time, it's also very, how do I put it? There's also a lot of focus on extracurriculars. So not only do you have your assignments and your midterms, but um, there's also a focus on, like I mentioned, social events or networking events. And that's really nice because you get to mingle within your class, you get to know your classmates better, and your instructors better. So that, I believe, has been really useful as well, because it's helped me develop uh, a good an overall personality, and not just limited to academics, which I think was really insightful here.
Anushka, I have a quick question for you too. So
Mhm.
in your first semester, if you can think back a year ago, we really asked you to learn about your industry and things that the companies do that interest you. How do you feel that that helped prepare you for your internship and ultimately your job search?
Uh, you mean the things that we write, like the goals that we write about, like
Right,
what we want to achieve?
and the industry exploration through the informational interviews and LinkedIn and those sorts of activities.
Yeah, I think that's uh, they've been really instrumental in helping me navigate the job search, especially in the US, because I hadn't even applied for a job earlier, and I was very new to the whole applications aspect of things. So I know that traditionally you just go to a website and apply for a job, but um, I hadn't even prepared a resume or had um, an opportunity to network over LinkedIn or go to career fairs. So I think in that sense, the PSM program has really helped me because um, I was able to create my own resume, and especially with Natalie and Stara's help, they'll help you make edits to your resume. At the same time, they'll help you tailor it to specific jobs, or even help you draft a cover letter, which I think is incredible. Because a lot of my roommates and other friends right now, they're in their job search, and sometimes it's the most basic things, like editing your resume or networking over LinkedIn, that really stop you, and because you don't know how to proceed. And when you have the right guidance, and when you have specific classes dedicated to professionalism, or how to conduct yourself in a workplace, how to navigate informational interviews, or just how to prepare yourself for a career fair, these little things can also um, like essentially like stop you from even applying for a job. So I think this is where the PSM comes in, because it acts like a bridge between your sort of initial preparation, and helps you better prepare yourself and be more presentable when you apply for internships, or even for any other kind of a job. So yeah, definitely resume reviews, informational interviews, and other modules like the networking modules and the guest lectures have really helped me.
Thanks, Anushka.
Yeah, thank you, Anushka. And I will ask
Thank you.
Anushka if she'd be willing to share her email off camera a little bit later. But if you are interested in talking with her a little bit more or connecting with her on LinkedIn, she's has a ton of information to share. So,
Yeah,
Anushka, thanks
for
so much for
sure.
your time.
Yep, please feel free to connect with me over LinkedIn. I'm always active there. And yeah, happy to answer any questions.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Good night.
I want to bring up just a few more points before we take any more questions that anyone might have. She mentioned working in a microbiology laboratory. When our students start in August for at the beginning of their coursework, we have a full day orientation session. And so we talk about different on-campus opportunities outside of the IBRL and the Fission Pilot Processing Plant, so that students, if they want to work part-time, that they have the opportunity to do that, to gain more hands-on experience as they are taking courses. 83% of Illinois PSM graduates are employed within 6 months after graduation, and 100% over the course of 10 years, 100% of Illinois PSM students have successfully completed their summer internship. So we have really strong data to support the success of our students during the program and post-graduation. Natalie, do you want to answer Ravan's question? They asked, why is the PSM expensive over traditional master's programs?
Sure. So the difference between our program and a traditional master's is that in a traditional master's, the students are working with a specific instructor or researcher and probably on a specific research project that has funding attached to it. So that funding is help supplement the tuition for the students in that seeking that degree. Since we don't have a thesis or research attached to the PSM, we're asking the students to pay for their own tuition. And that includes all of the 32 hours plus the 10 hours of business. So it is an overall project. You can take many more than 42 hours of classes while you're at Illinois, but because that is the minimum that you need to earn the degree. But we're asking the students to pay their tuition instead of having research project help supplement the tuition.
And most of our students, well, all of our students for this past summer internship, all of the students were paid. So, and some of the students received relocation.
Summer internship.
Yes, paid summer internship. Thank you. And some of the students received support, financial support to relocate if they were going to be based in Indiana or in Ohio. There's no location restriction. So if you want to go back to your country of origin, or if you want to spend the summer in Florida or California, you're more than welcome to do that. So some students received financial stipend to relocate, and then also subsidized housing. So that might be in the form of an offer to say, here, we have apartments set up, you can live there, or we have one student, for example, for summer of 2024, she received a $900 per month stipend to supplement her housing costs. Any other questions? Mike has a question. Is it possible to get tuition waived if I work for the university?
Unfortunately, our policy is that this is a self-supporting program, and so that those tuition waivers do not apply to this particular program.
If you think of a question offline, please feel free to email us at psmdegree@illinois.edu. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have, and even set up an additional one-on-one meeting if you want to talk about any points that were discussed during the presentation.
We'd love to see your faces and hear your voices too, if you want to unmute yourself.
Thanks everyone so much for your time. Hope to hear from you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Ricardo. Thanks, Ravan.
Oh, there's one more question. Are there any part-time jobs available for PSM students in the IBRL? So yes, there are. It depends. Dr. Connerty works with the students to assess that. The first semester, if you have limited experience, you may be able to work there for credit. And then if you have enough experience, that sometimes leads to a part-time position where you can earn payment for your work. But that Dr. Connerty manages that program, but that is an option for PSM students.
And you might have heard Ravant Anushka mentioned her undergraduate degree in India was in biotechnology, but she's a food science and human nutrition student with us here at the University of Illinois, but she had the background in biotechnology, so she was able to work at the IBRL. So it's not, the opportunity to work at the IBRL is not just reserved for bioprocessing and bioenergy students. If you have the appropriate background and training, it can be extended to students in food science and human nutrition.
Great clarification.
Thanks everyone for your time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.